Hello and welcome to the Wisdom Online Learning Series. In this particular video we're going to learn how to set up a simple 2.1 stereo system with a subwoofer while only having stereo inputs to the system controller. I want to remind everyone that you can always check our website out at wisdomaudio.com to get additional information on all of our products. For example, if you're looking for something more on the system controllers, you can slide down over here to Products, Electronics, over to SC3 or SC2. Gives you all kinds of information. There's Gallery at the bottom. There's also Resources, info sheets, current draw, BTU, RS-232 information, then also the owner's manual. We've previously set up an SC3 and an SC2, so you know how to do that already. If you don't, you can just search some of the other videos on our YouTube channel and find all the information on setup. So for this particular system, we're going to set up a 2.1 input. This is the inside of an SC3, so we've got 16 inputs and 32 outputs. For this particular system, we're going to have a single zone. You always have to remember to add a zone, even if it's just a single zone. You have to create the zone. And you can rename the zone. So this particular one, we're going to call it the stereo room. And we're going to add that in. Now, if we want to have multiple zones, this is where also we would add those in. Since we're only going to deal with one, that's how I'm going to leave it. Always remember to save your changes. So as you go through on the system controllers, everything is done from left to right up here on the top. So you start with home, then zones, then now it's inputs. Because we only have a left and right input, we're going to create two inputs. So here is where you would change those to create as many number of inputs as you need. This application, again, we only have two inputs, so we're going to create both inputs. Our inputs on the right hand under input name, you have your drop-down menu that gives you all the different options. So input number 1 is going to be our left channel input, and input number 2 is going to be our right channel input from our preamp. Over here, this is the inputs on the back of the unit. So the XLR input number 1, XLR input number 2, left and right channel. Again, always save your changes before you move on to the next tab. Now this is where we're going to assign our DRAC channels. So an SC3 has 32 outputs, but only 16 DRAC channels. The same thing with an SC2. It has 16 outputs and it has 16 DRAC channels. So I'm going to import the inputs right here for our channels. And as you can see, I'm just going to verify that what we have going on here, we have a left input, a left source, left channel, and our right channel is coming from our right input, and we're in the stereo zone. Now the one thing that we have to do is, because we have a subwoofer in this system, we're going to add one more channel. Now this channel, we're going to name it the subwoofer, and because it's a subwoofer, I have to make sure that I check the box that says subwoofer. Now to get the input for my subwoofer, I'm going to combine my left channel and my right channel inputs to create my subwoofer channel. So my sub is going to get signal from both the left and the right inputs on here. It's in the channel zone is the stereo room. So you can see I've got left, right, subwoofer. Each has their own inputs, with the subwoofer having the left and the right combined inputs. Again, I'm going to save my changes. Now we're going to go to speakers, and we're going to add in our 3 speakers. So I've got a left channel, a right channel, and a subwoofer. So I'm going to add 3 speakers, and we're going to name the first speaker the left speaker. The second speaker will be the right speaker, and the third speaker will be the subwoofer. The speaker model, because we're going to use L75s, which is a fantastic stereo speaker, it also has 3 variants, so you want to make sure that when this pops up for the variants down here that you select which variant it is. For this particular system, it's going to be a freestanding L75. The input, it's going to get the left channel input from the left input. The outputs are over here. This is the output XLRs on the back of the SC2 and the SC3. So the low frequency, because an L75 is biamped, we're going to send the low frequency to output number 1, high frequency to output number 2. And you can see that it's inverting the high frequency output on the L75. The system controller knows that an L75 has to have an inverted high frequency driver in there. For every Wisdom speaker that requires an inverted high frequency driver, the system controller, both the SC2 and the SC3, automatically will do that for you. You don't have to remember which products require that. So now we'll move on to our right channel, which is also an L75, also freestanding. We're going to use the right input. Here again, we're going to go to our number 3 XLR output on the back for the low frequencies, and the high frequencies will take the number 4 output, again automatically inverted. Subwoofer, in this particular case we're going to use the SCS subwoofer. That is going to take our subwoofer input, which we created from our left and our right input. For an output on there, we're going to use output number 5. At this point, I'm going to save my changes and let everybody know that there will be a second advanced video that will discuss how to set the crossovers for both the subwoofers and the left and the right channel. That will be a separate video. At this point, again, you should be able to have sound. We're going to jump over to speaker testing. This is where you can simply apply pink noise to the left channel, the right channel, and the subwoofer. Now remember, we haven't applied crossovers yet, so the left channel, right channel, and the subwoofer are currently playing at full range. So look for a separate short video on how to set those crossovers. Once we're done testing each one of our channels for sound, we can go back to normal operation. Again, before you leave this tab, always remember to enable all speakers so that everything will play once you're done.